Well, here we are with another installation of A Voice in the Wilderness. I want to start out by saying the audacity, the unmitigated gall. Just how ignorant do the purveyors of stupidity and lies think the American people are? Not only are they willing to sacrifice the future for their petty gains, but they're ready to blame anyone and everyone they can for their own stupidity. First, let me start by saying the audacity of George Bush to claim that the falling price of oil is due to his efforts, when in fact the falling price of oil is due to the fact that the American public have stopped buying oil as much as they were because of the high prices caused by people like George Bush and his brother Jeb and others like them, the oil barons. Supply and demand is what caused the price of oil to drop, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the realities here. How stupid do they think we really are? I can't even believe it. Now, back to what I was starting to say was the fact that the problem of the price of oil, the high price of gasoline, started back in the 70s when the lines started forming, when oil started going up and gas started getting more expensive. And some of us still remember that. I was just a young hippie living in the northeast Texas with my guitar, playing music and being a radical. Yeah, that's what I was. Still am. But I remember the lines, and I told my mother then, God rest her soul, that it was only the beginning, that this was only the beginning, and that things would get worse and worse as far as the price of oil goes at that time. I had a hunch that things would get much worse on other levels, and they have. Now the Republicans, the right wing, the pseudo-corporate leaders are blaming, they have the gall to blame people with the mind to save the future for our children and our planet by being environmentally conscious. They're blaming environmentalists for the high price of gas. Now, if anyone in their right mind believes that, then you're just as stupid as they are, and you deserve everything you get when they shove it as far up as they're going to shove it. The mothers, the fuckers, the assholes are full of it. How can they even think that I am going to believe, that anybody in their right mind is going to believe that the price of gas is due to the fact that certain individuals in Congress, certain environmentally conscious individuals are fighting offshore oil drilling, when in fact it's their short-sighted perspective that is to blame. It is the short-sighted perspective of the American public, us. We are to blame for not demanding cleaner forms of energy early on, for not demanding a different source of energy back when oil began to get more and more expensive. Instead, we have lackadaisically sat back and allowed this to continue to happen over and over again. The price will nudge up $2, $3, $4, and then they back it down 20 cents, 15 cents, 10 cents, a penny, and we're all relieved. We're all happy. Oh, gosh, oil is only $3.95 instead of $4.10. God, I feel so much better. Please, I beseech you, I beg you, America, stop believing the bullshitters. It doesn't matter if they're a right-winger or a left-winger. It doesn't matter who they are. Corporations will do anything to keep the wealth. They will buy your politicians. They will buy you. Now we are looking at a bailout for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Check them. Check out the fact that their CEOs received, one of them received a $14 million bonus last year for fucking up. They fucking blew it, and they received a bonus. They should be on their ass out of there. They should be fired. And we're bailing them out to the tune of several billions of dollars. We are going to pay for it. Not only do we have to pay for their failure by losing our homes, now we have to pay to bolster their failure by giving them billions of dollars. They should be allowed to collapse. They should be allowed to fail. They should be allowed to go down the tubes and disappear forever because they had their chance. And Americans are suffering right now because of their failure. And once again, we lackadaisically sit back and we allow this to happen without any resentment, any anger, any frustration. We just simply go, oh well, there's nothing we can do about it. And that's where you're wrong. We can do something about it. We can do something about it and make a voice so loud that no one will ever forget that shot heard round the world. It happened before, it can happen again. We are the people. We are the ones who pay the wages of the $14 million awards that go to these assholes that screwed everybody into believing that they could be able to afford to own their own home in a world that's collapsing economically. We cannot allow this to go on anymore. We must do away with the George Bushes, the John McCains, those people who would lead you to believe that someone else is to blame for the failures of our government and economy, when in fact they are to blame for the failures in our government and our economy. And not a single one of them out there is capable of fixing this problem. They are not capable of fixing the problem, ladies and gentlemen. There has got to be another solution, and we can find it. There are millions of you out there, intelligent Americans with degrees, and intelligent Americans without degrees, who have the gumption, the know-how to fix the problems. It's up to us. It's up to us. The U.S., us, not them, to change things and make them better. So let George Bush believe that he was the savior of our failing economy, that he can stand there and simply say, the economy's healthy, everything's fine, everything's good. Everything's good if you have $1 million to spend in your pocket, and even then, it's not so good. Businesses are failing. We're spending billions of dollars on a boondoggle war, fighting terrorists hiding behind telephone poles that don't exist, searching for weapons of mass destruction in a desert that's empty. We are, at this moment, failing drastically, and we are allowing ourselves to be led down the merry little path. I don't begrudge the military individuals, the grunt. I don't begrudge the grunts. I begrudge the generals, the fat cat generals, who are sitting in the pocket of the politicians, who are sitting there in their limousines drinking martinis while our young women and children are dying, men and women and children dying in the desert for nothing, for oil, ladies and gentlemen, for oil. Don't let them make you believe that it's not about oil. It is the last throes of an industry that will stop at nothing to maintain control over a dying fossil fuel system. These people are crazy, and they will kill every last one of us to keep the money they have made. America, wake up. America, please, start somewhere. Ignore the Olympics. Ignore the Olympics. The Olympics that are being held in a country where the air is so bad they're having to stop all industry and all activity simply to try to have a few days of clean air, when they should have done that 50 years ago, when we should have done that 50 years ago. No, it's no good. The trick is over. The wool has been pulled away from my eyes. I cannot see the sheep anymore because I know we are facing a wolf.